Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Newsmakers Podcast, sponsored by the Tippecanoe Gazette. My name is Greg Enslen, and today we've got some very exciting guests on the show. It's the Tipp City Area Arts Council. Who's joining me?
Woohoo! It's Lynn Shirk-Terrell
Hi.
joining you.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Sorry it's so hot in here.
It is not hot.
I don't have AC in here yet, and it's May 1st, and it's warm. Goodness gracious.
It is muggy out, too.
It is
gonna
very
rain.
muggy. My hair's gone crazy today.
And I'm Marilee Lake.
Hi, how are you?
I am the president.
Yes,
of
you
the
are.
Arts Council. Lynn is our
Administrator. The
Small
official
property
title we settled on.
yes.
You make all the decisions, most of them?
Between the two of us.
Yes.
Do you? Okay. Do you guys ever...
No, we actually have a board.
Yeah,
it's our board that makes
the board
decisions.
helps.
The board is very cool. And just full disclosure, I used to be on the Arts Council board, and you guys do really good work. Very excited to have you on.
We miss you, Greg.
Okay, thank you. That's nice of you to say. If only I had more time, frankly. I wish I had. I wish I could sit on every board. That would be great. But yeah, it's an exciting time for the Arts Council. Lots of stuff is happening right now. You guys are prepping for all your stuff for this summer, and we just came off of that big show. And
Yep. Yes. We've had events already this year with our art affair and our art show.
Yep.
And extremely successful.
Lots of great art there in both of those events. The art affair is like a vendor show.
Yes.
With lots of great fine arts and artists. And then we also have the fine art exhibition.
Yes, and for people that don't know, when is that every year?
That's always...
It's in April.
It's in April, typically.
Yes, we sometimes will have to shift the event depending upon when Easter is. It was early in April this year. It's going to be
Later.
towards the end of April next
After tax
this year.
season.
Yes, after tax season.
Because
I like that.
We have two people on our board that do taxes.
Right.
Yeah,
so
and
it's
they're
hard.
probably very, very busy about April 15th time.
But our art show this year, it was phenomenal, the art that was submitted. We had so many people come
I
in
think
on
we
it.
had-
And our judge who came had to be told which were the amateur and
nice.
which were the experienced professional
That's
artists.
good when they don't
So,
know the
yeah.
difference.
Right, they did not know.
I like
we
that.
had, I think, over 175 pieces.
Wow, that's a lot.
approximately. It was a big show.
And it was a very busy art affair. I had a lot of
Yes.
sales. It was awesome. Thanks for letting me set up a table. That was nice.
You're always welcome.
And then you've got your big winter one that's kind of the same kind of event, but
Correct.
takes place in
the
November.
second Saturday in
Yes,
November.
yes.
Winter's
And
Gathering weekend.
that one also has a lot of craft things that are there, so
Yeah.
it's great for looking for stocking stuffers
Yes,
and
yes.
things like that for Christmas.
Great-
Really good.
great
Big
for gifts.
But
Yes.
We have some big gift items
Yes,
too.
yes, they
Yeah,
do have
it's
big-
it's
yes,
more fun.
right.
It's
Yeah.
instead of fine arts, it's more crafts
Right.
and
Yeah.
winter
Right.
crafts and fall crafts.
But there is art.
and-
There's art.
Yeah, and
as well.
there's also
Yeah,
art.
yeah. We have the number of shows that we have during the year. We already mentioned our art affairs. We also have a plein air that will be in the fall when we invite artists to come and paint outdoors in the open air, which it literally means. And then at the end of the day, we have a judging, and if they wish to sell their work, they can.
Oh, nice.
And so we call that the wet paint sale because some of it's still wet.
Yes, I like
Yes,
that. Wet
yes.
paint. That's good.
Yes.
And there's also a children's plein air downtown that same day. We
Right.
set up in front of Topsy Turvy Toys, and we have kids come and they paint in plein air, and then
Nice,
we
nice.
basically what we did last year. Instead, we can't judge all the kids that paint, so that's just too difficult. So we just did a raffle drawing for some prizes, and Topsy Turvy
Nice,
donated
nice.
a gift certificate, I believe. Oh, no, they donated a plein air painting thing. And then Rad Candy donated a gift certificate. And then we pitched in something.
I see you brought a handout, and I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, yes.
So you did the homework. I like
yes.
that. You
Oh,
prepared
yes,
for
yes,
this.
yes.
So while you're talking about this, I'm just going to hit these dates real quick. So the
Okay.
art affair for this year was April 5th, but that changes.
Right, yes.
And then you were just talking about the plein air, and that's in October.
That's correct.
For
Yes.
Saturday.
And then the holiday affair for this year will be November 8th. But
Saturday.
you've got a lot of other events on here.
Right,
That's crazy.
The first Canal Music Fest was that year.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. And that was your, like, you guys kicked that off, or did you take that over from somebody else?
JJ Slinker's idea.
Nice.
Yeah, so JJ
Nice.
Slinker said we need to do a concert.
Yeah, we
a free
do.
concert.
And you did.
And we did.
And it's magic.
It was just a little thing down by Canal Lock Park that year. It rained. We had a couple hundred people, maybe. And then we moved it to the city park,
Yep.
and it got bigger. And I think we did it 2 years in the middle of city park, and then we moved it down to the golf frisbee disc. Whatever they official, I always call it frisbee.
The frisbee golf course.
The frisbee golf course, disc golf course.
That's cool.
We moved it down there. So
That's cool.
And we have about, depending on the year, depending on the weather, depending on how many people love the band that's coming, we get up to 4,000 people sometimes.
That's crazy.
Steve Baker was there one year, and he said, I guess 4,000 here.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was a good year. That was, I believe, Foreigner.
Right,
I believe that was
right.
Foreigner or Journey. Might have been Journey.
Foreigner, that was a good year.
Yeah.
I remember that one. You have a Canal Music Fest coming up this year?
Yes, of course we do.
Do you? I
This
see on my
is
little cheat sheet, it says June 14th.
June 14th.
Nice.
And we are having...
Are you in charge of that?
I am a co-chair.
Okay.
Amy Barr is my other co-chair.
Okay.
So she does the marketing primarily and works with the bands and all the... JJ's still involved with the tech during the day. She used to be the chair, and we were co-chairs kind of thing. But JJ comes the day of. So she's still involved. But we are having Barracuda this year, which is a Heart tribute band. They are
Nice.
from Nashville. And if you did not know it wasn't Heart, when you listen to their videos, you would not know it
Really?
wasn't Heart. They are awesome. I pulled up their video. Amy always tries to find the best band, right? She has a knack for it. So she found them. She sent me the videos, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I think this is it. It's Heart.
That's
yes!
so cool. That is so
This is
cool.
the first time we've done a female band.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I don't think you have
'cause
it.
I mean, everybody else has been male fronts. So these are,
Did you
awesome.
do an ABBA one year?
We did ABBA.
Okay.
I guess we did.
So that's-
well, no,
that's-
we didn't do ABBA. We did Fleetwood Mac.
Okay.
I wanted ABBA,
Okay.
but Fleetwood Mac. But
That's in the middle. Fleetwood Mac's in the middle.
yeah, it is. So June 14th, gates will open at 5 p.m. It's down past the Aquatic Center in Tipp. It's a free concert. We take donations at the door. That helps us to offset our costs, which run... Well, the cost of our stage went up from $3,500 to $5,000 this year. So, production costs basically are up this year. So donations help offset that cost, and then we have adult beverages and sales of that. That helps offset our costs. And we also have a major truck bouncing around out there, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know where that is. This is a factory, so that every once in a while I'll get like
right.
there's a freight elevator, and we'll
yeah.
get people moving things around with hand trucks. So yeah,
So we also have great sponsors, business sponsors and partners. And this year we have 3 presenting sponsors. We have Edison State Community College. They have been an avid supporter since the get-go. I don't know if they were there the first year, but certainly by the second year. And then Matt Buer Thrivent is another presenting sponsor. And then we also have Duke Foundation. I got a grant this year from Duke Foundation, so they're a presenting sponsor this year also.
that is great.
So between all our business sponsors and our money that we make with donations, with people coming in at the door, giving us, some people just throw in like a 20 for the night, and we have food trucks there too, so that's
Yes,
good.
food trucks are
Yes.
awesome.
But between everybody, all the money we bring in various ways, we typically make maybe a couple thousand, but it's pretty much we want to break even.
Right.
So our goal is to break even. So we might make a couple thousand, but
And
if we're lucky.
what is the logistics on something like that? Does that take a couple of months to pull off, or is that just all hands in on the day of kind of thing? It sounds like there's a lot of planning and prep.
Amy and I basically do the planning aspect. We've got it down pretty much to science. We can always use help, though. We're still
But
trying.
the event itself
itself
requires a
is-
lot of hands on deck.
I would think
Right.
so. Yeah,
The
a
event
lot of
is-
hands.
Yeah.
The event itself, so the pre-planning is pretty much January to May. We get
okay.
everything lined up.
Wow, that far out?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, and she gets the band.
Well, especially
Because the
with the band.
band
Yeah.
booking
The
and
band, the
Yeah.
band we usually
and the
try to get in the
stage
fall.
probably
the
go
previous
first.
fall, yeah.
That's smart. You book them that
So,
early.
We let everybody know. Yeah, we try to book at least by November.
Okay.
So,
Barracuda.
Barracuda.
I like that. That sounds cool.
Yes, I love Heart.
And then the day of, is it just like
The day
all hands
of
on deck
is
craziness?
everybody needs to be there. Well, actually, the 2 days.
Right.
That's Friday. We have to set up the snow fence, and the snow fence has to go up because.
But there's
of-
never snow. Why would you put up a
Nah,
snow
because
fence?
of the alcohol. It's a state requirement.
I understand.
So,
Well, we're in a city park.
yes, we're in a
Yes.
city
and,
park.
and there is not supposed to be alcohol in that park.
Yes.
So we have to
we have
get
a variance to
permission.
do that, but it has to be within our area.
You make your own mini
it
park
cannot- yes.
inside the
Yes.
park.
Correct.
That's
And
not
so
the
that
park.
It can't go any alcohol cannot
Right.
go beyond that.
And
fence
that's
ever.
also a
Right.
state
Right. Yes.
state
Right.
stipulation
That makes
it
sense.
has to be contained in a contained area.
So you set up the snow fence on Friday.
Friday,
And that's a whole thing.
10 o'clock in the morning. If anybody wants to come out and help,
They should
hey.
come out.
It's a fun day. So we get the snow fence. My husband and I get the snow fence. We load up the back of our farm truck. It's got all the stakes. It's got all the snow fence all in bundles. And we go around. We get there early and we drop everything. So then basically our volunteers just put the snow fence up and zip tie it. And we go all the way around the majority of the golf. We've had people show up that were going to play golf. We're like, sorry, guys.
You have to throw it harder. You have to go over the fence.
Yeah, but don't climb over my fence.
And then the stage starts Saturday
Stage
morning and all
comes
that.
in Saturday morning. It comes down from, it's actually kind of, can't remember the name of the town, but it's northeast of Findlay. He brings it down from there. But he's there about 8 o'clock. The stage goes up. The stage is awesome.
It's a big stage.
It's a big stage. It's
like a professional
You
thing.
should see it unfold. He brings it in on this like semi kind of looking thing, soft-sided. And then we get it in the right place, and he hits the magic button, and it just unfolds.
It just unfolds on its like
Yeah.
origami.
Yeah.
That's
and the only
crazy.
thing we have to do is get
out of the way.
Get the wing. Well, that too. But get the wings out. Physically, you have to put the wings on the
Right.
the steps and
Well,
stuff.
then we have signage and all we put up.
Yeah, and we have all kinds of things to do on those 2 days. So the VIP tent also goes up Thursday night.
Right, right.
And then we have to get the tables up, and the chairs up in there, and put the lights up
Put the
because
lights
you
up,
got to have
yeah.
some lighting.
How does the VIP tent work? Is
VIP
it
tent
I pay extra to
means-
be in that? So I'm
Well-
cool. I want to be extra cool.
That is, we do two things primarily to get into the VIP tent.
Okay.
One, you have to be a business
To know
owner.
Lynn Shirk.
Well, that would be good. But
Okay, good. Is there a handshake?
Nah,
No.
secret handshake. So one, you could be a business donor and you get so many tickets depending on how much you donate.
Oh, nice.
Okay. And two, you can be a volunteer for the event. Which
Nice.
When your shift is over, you get to go hang out in the VIP tent.
And I guess the bands are probably in there.
And the bands are
and
in there. They come in, yep, and they eat prior to the show. And we have our volunteers. And then we also have a couple, like we use for a raffle prize at our art affair. So there's a couple lucky winners in there too. So.
That is so cool. I got in the VIP tent that one year when Foreigner was there, and it was neat. It was nice.
It's fun. It's fun. It's fun kind of
Yeah.
just hanging with bands. Strangers also playing this year.
Oh, great. I was going to ask that. Yeah, so you have two
Yeah.
bands this year?
Yeah, it's two bands.
Barracuda.
So Barracuda's our primary events.
Mm-hmm,
They will start. They usually start about 7:30ish, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
somewhere in that neck of the woods, maybe 8. But then prior to them, we'll have Stranger, and Stranger's an awesome
Mm-hmm. They're great.
local '80s tributes.
Yeah.
It's just kind of fun stuff. And Jeff Farvel is the lead singer, and he's from Tip City.
I hear thunder.
Oh, yes.
And it's very dark behind you. I can see out the windows. And
It's supposed to rain.
the sky is dark, and the flag is sticking straight out like it's starched.
This is why we did our yard work yesterday.
Yes, we did.
Yes, that's very smart. Very smart.
Yeah.
So the Canal Music Fest, is that a major support, like a support structure for the Arts Council? Is that?
It's our largest
It's-
event by far.
Is it really?
Yes,
Definitely,
yes.
definitely.
Is it the most work?
Definitely.
It's definitely the most work. But, it's only 2 days. And, I broke my
6
feet.
months plus 2 days.
Well,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
planning
Okay,
doesn't
good.
count. I broke my feet a couple years ago. So if I
Just to make it more exciting, you broke your feet on
to
purpose,
make
right?
life, yeah, right.
Were you skydiving? Is that what happened again?
No, I just fell off into the walkout porch.
Oh, boy.
Walkout basement area. Yeah, that was klutzy me.
You weren't hit by the stage.
No, I was
That would have been
not.
exciting.
I was not, but now I borrow Kathy Taylor Community Service has a golf cart, so I try to stay off my feet because they still are healing after 3 years. I broke both my calcaneus.
Oh, I don't know what that is, but it
That's
sounds painful.
My heels.
Oof.
So, anyways, but if I can get out there and work my butt off,
You can. Anybody
anybody can.
So somebody wanted to
And
volunteer.
We have sit down jobs. Well, you can reach out to me
Okay.
via our email, which is tipcityartscouncil@gmail.
Okay.
So that is one way. You can also call and leave a message, and all this information comes to me because I'm the administrator.
Can they
That's
get
what they
to
pay me the
you-
big bucks for.
Get a hold of you through Facebook or
Facebook, either on our Canal Music Fest Facebook or our Tip City Arts Council Facebook, or also call. It's 937-543-5115.
Okay, so
And
you're
that,
taking
and that information is on our website.
It's all
and it's on the
website.
website. Okay, so you're taking volunteer support and help.
yeah.
Do you still need sponsors or food trucks or anything logistically?
Food trucks, we are good on as long as they all show up. I have sometimes I have people not show up, but we have the Buckeye Burgers will be there.
Yes.
And I got a new guy for pork, and he's got pork chops and pulled pork.
Yes, please.
Charlie's Chops. He's from the Eaton area. I have another new one, and she was at our art affair, and it rained, and I don't think she did real well, but she is coming back for Canal Music Fest, and she does a vegetarian option and spring rolls, and it's Thai food.
Those that was really good.
Yeah.
I had that, and
Yeah.
it was like a spicy chicken
Yeah.
over rice. It was
Right.
really, really
Was it-
good.
Yeah, I have it.
And the egg rolls were really good. Spring rolls were really good too.
She left before I got out there, as I was so upset. I'm like, I'll be back, but I never got back.
Yeah, no, it was good. I like that.
And then we also have Raging Bull wood fire pizza. So those are the 4 basics, and then we have Susie's Big Dipper and Kona Ice. Kids stuff. We've got great clips coming this year to spray the kids' hair.
Nice.
And we have face painters and Ranger Vicks coming back.
Very
too.
good.
So we
Very
got kids
good.
stuff
Lots of
going
balloon
on.
animals.
It's like a whole thing.
It's very family.
It's like a festival
friendly.
It is.
almost.
It very is.
It's less of a
Yes.
concert and more of like a festival.
That's
Right.
why it's called
And concert.
Canal Music Fest.
Oh,
it is-
short for festival.
There you go.
I got
It is
that.
very, very family friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very.
yes, it is. We've never had any issues
No.
out there, and we've got the EMS comes, hangs out with us. A couple guys from the police force hang out with us, and they enjoy it, have a good time, and so it's just a great evening. But gates do open at 5.
Okay, good.
Bring chairs.
Bring your chairs.
blankets.
Bring your donation.
Bring donation. Yeah, so we have
Cash at the door.
we have volunteer areas in parking that I need still. I still need alcohol serving. Still-
Drinking. Any drinking volunteers? Do you need
No
volunteers?
drinking volunteers.
I went to sign up immediately and then.
But you could always volunteer. And,
No, I'll show up and
go
drink.
have a drink.
I'll just show up and drink and enjoy Barracuda.
Barracuda.
I just want to say that over and over and over
That's a
again.
fun word, isn't it?
That is awesome. And if people did want to sponsor, it sounds like you're good for this year, but just reach
Yeah.
out for the future.
I mean, we can always add them onto our. We have banners that go across the front stage. We have a donor board that's already gone to print,
Okay.
so that's gone. But
For
the
next year, maybe.
banner. Well, even for this year, we can
Oh,
still
really?
get them on a banner.
Okay.
If they do it ASAP.
That's not a sound effect. That's the actual train
Yes.
going by. I'm on 4th Street and the train is between 4th and 5th and it's
Oh, yes.
quite loud when I have the windows open. It's exciting.
So
That's
you want
not
me,
fake.
you're
do you want me to
downtown.
read our other big sponsors? I've got them here.
Yes, please do.
Platinum sponsors, drum roll. Joseph Airport.
That's the wrong sound effect. Hang on.
There we go.
That's
There
not
you go.
really a
Drum
drum
roll.
roll.
Kind of a half of a
Yeah.
drum roll. Joseph Airport, Toyota, Hyundai,
Mm-hmm.
who are awesome. They've been with us for years. Tip Center. Gold sponsors, Alvitro Orthodontics, Campers and RV, Ellen Cotterman Fun, Ernst Concrete, J&L Wood Products, Mauk Cabinets, Metronet, and Walmart. Those are all our biggies, and we have others that are smaller too. So, but those are the ones on the poster that goes to lots of places, and all the cards.
That is awesome. Well, I'm excited to hear about that event. That's going to be a lot of fun. And if people forget to say this, thank you for planning this whole thing and pulling it off.
Well, thank you.
People really appreciate it, but sometimes people forget to say that. They just show up and they enjoy their Barracuda and they drink their beer and they eat their
food truck stuff,
pulled pork, and then they go home and then they're like, that was really nice. I'm glad that just kind of accidentally happened, and it doesn't happen accidentally.
This is the problem. People think that Tip City puts it on,
Yes,
or
that's
the
true.
partnership puts it on,
Right.
or name your other group, but it's the Tip City Area Arts Council that puts it on.
Yeah, there's so many groups having things that there's something almost every weekend
Right.
in the summer. It's nice.
Yeah, and
it's a great problem to have.
One
Right.
traffic,
Where do I go and what do I do?
One traffic issue that we're going to have Canal Music Fest is Vintage in the Village is taking place the same day.
No.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So I don't
During
know.
the day, and then yours is in the
I have to
evening.
talk to Tony about and Matt
Logistics.
about logistics,
Yeah.
but I think we're gonna have to reroute people because it probably will be closed at 4th Street, if not at the tracks for
Tracks.
the Vintage.
I would say tracks, yeah. So go up to
so
Park
they're
and
gonna have
over
to go to Park
Yeah.
down. Yeah. So
for setup at least. Yeah.
well,
when's it
I don't
over?
know I don't know when it's over.
4 maybe? I think it's 10 to 4 or something like that.
People coming into the concert probably will be okay. It's
Yeah.
like my stage and everybody.
And all the
food
setup.
trucks and
Yeah.
everybody.
And the food trucks and all that
Right.
stuff.
So if you want to spend the whole day in Tip, you could come to Vintage in the Village and then come on out to the concert.
Yes, and it's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that. Well, thank you for chatting with us about Canal Music Fest. And if people want more information about that, obviously you'll be sending out press releases and stuff
Right,
like that.
right.
But it's on your website probably,
Correct.
and
Right, yes,
and
definitely.
people, you don't need tickets, but if people want to know more information about that, what's the website again address?
The website is tipcityartscouncil.com.
Okay.
So we have, the ones we haven't hit yet. Art Camp's coming up at the
Yes,
summer.
I
We
saw
haven't
that.
talked much about. It's Wild and Whimsy Art Camp.
Wild and Whimsy?
Wild and
Both?
Whimsy, both.
Wow. Okay.
Wild and Whimsy. Prathya Krishna Prasad,
Mm-hmm.
she's our art camp director. Now, art camp's been around, I think Renee Matsunami actually started.
Yes, she did.
yeah,
she
that
did
sounds-
many of the children's
and
programs.
and we used to do Art Adventure because of her too.
Right.
But
Yeah.
she, is no longer on the board, so we don't have a person that does that anymore. But Prathya is our art camp director. She was also last year, and I think she helped the year before.
Yes, she did.
So she's a architect by her first degree and a art teacher by her second degree.
Okay.
So she just moved, but she is coming back. She's going to stay with me for 2 weeks.
Return engagement.
Right.
And she's going to help with Canal Music Fest, and she's going to do the art camp, and then we'll probably at the end of the year be losing her as a board
Right,
member because I
right.
don't think there's going to be in North Carolina now.
You need
so.
board members.
Yes, we need
board
board
members.
I just heard that.
Yes,
The word on the
definitely.
street is the Tip City Arts Council needs.
And art camp's a lot of fun.
Board members.
It's tons of fun. We have usually between 25 and 30 kids. And we have it's projects related. So every day is a 2 or 3 new projects. They do some group collaboration stuff along with individual projects. And we also have this year she has some artists coming in to speak each day about their art. So I think she wants to have a fiber and I can't remember all the different kinds, but one of the girls that actually has been helping us for years, and she's our student ambassador from the Tipp High School, Emerson Garrell. She's going to come. She's going to art school, so she's going to talk to the kids about what you need to do to get into art school if you're
Nice.
so inclined.
That is so cool.
So so she is going to be here for 4 days doing art camp, and it runs from like 9 to 1. The kids bring a bag lunch, and the last day we kind of set up an exhibition hall for the parents to come in and see everything that we've done all week. And Kona Ice will be coming again.
Nice.
So yeah, so that's art camp, and that's the
That's in June.
That's
week
very
of
very
June
end of
23rd through
yes.
26th, and you register for that through community services
Okay.
also.
I'm looking at your list of events. It's quite lengthy. So, for people who are listening to this episode, we're going to put the list of events in the show notes, so you'll be able to
wonderful.
pull
Thank
that
you.
up.
Thank you.
And a link over to your website, obviously, so we can pull that in.
We have a couple fundraisers coming up too.
Well, yeah,
that
I was
are
going
not on the list.
I was going to ask about this scholarship thing that just
Oh, yes,
ended, or I
yes.
guess that ended
Well,
in
yeah.
April. Is that something you guys do for
yes,
the
we
students?
can't say who won
Yeah,
yet.
we can't say who won yet. Because
Right.
We have the award ceremony coming up.
Nice. That's an
but
annual
yes,
thing, though, the
yes,
scholarships?
Yes, that's correct. And the students who are interested in this, it needs to be someone who is going into an art-related career.
Okay.
You know, it can't be that you like to paint on the side and you're going to be, working in a bank. You
Right,
know,
exactly.
yeah, one
right,
year we
right.
had Andy Treziak's daughter was going into
Oh, right,
costume.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
costuming.
so, it's we look at it, since we look at this broad thing of art, we look at a broad thing of art for what you're going into, because culinary art would be sufficient.
Thai food.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Fashion design would definitely be part of that.
Right.
You know, so, you can look at more than
Architecture
just.
even.
We've had some dance students in the past.
Right.
That's cool.
So we have fundraisers through the year. Typically, we try to do at least two, and one is the quarter auction. But this year we've got more.
Okay.
But they're fun.
Well, tell me about
So,
the quarter auction, because people have been asking me about
Yeah,
that.
the quarter auction's in August.
Okay.
And it's
And that's for the scholarship
and
program and your
that
children's
is at the-
programs.
That's correct, yes.
for both. Yeah, so children's
I have
programs.
somebody did the work.
I know.
I'm reading off of, I'm not that
So the
smart.
quarter
I don't know this stuff off the top of my
the
head.
quarter auction is August 6th, which is my son's birthday too.
Hey,
But
nice.
he's in Michigan, so we can't celebrate
Oh, that's too
with
bad.
him. But we
And
have,
why would you auction off quarters? I'm confused.
Well, it's I was very intimidated by this concept.
Okay.
When I first
Please
heard of the
explain it
quarter
to me.
auction.
I'm a simple person. so-
Basically, you come to the quarter auction
With quarters, or do you?
with quarters.
You bring your own quarters.
But you can
Okay.
also
But you can buy them.
You can purchase a roll of quarters. as
Okay.
well.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you can write us a check and get the all-in paddle, and then you're good for the whole night.
I don't know what that is.
It's a paddle you hold up whenever you wanted to bid on something, but
Okay.
since you already paid your whatever we make it,
Right.
$30, $40.
Depending upon the value of the item,
Mm-hmm.
it would be either 1, 2, or more quarters for a bid. And if you're bidding on that one, you stick your quarter in the bucket and you hold up your sign.
Okay.
And if your number is called, then you get that.
Nice.
If you didn't bid on it and your number is called, then they
You have to
rerun
say,
it. We do it
"No
again.
bid."
Yeah,
No bid,
yeah,
you don't get
yeah.
it.
And we
And
go
you
again.
keep going.
Yes.
Nice.
So we usually have about 50 to 60 items
Right,
with all the
right.
art, and lots of the downtown people donate gift cards or something from their shop. So the people at Tip City are very generous.
Yeah,
They
and,
really
and
are.
we'll put together a basket that's sort of like a theme, and it may have a gift certificate in it from a downtown merchant, and then some other things that are kind of related to that in that
Right.
same basket.
Like we might do a book basket,
Mm-hmm.
and the bookshop downtown will give us the certificate for a purchase, and then we'll add. I think you did one year
Yeah.
had cozy things like a cozy blankie and tea, and the book nook basket. So
That's so cool. I like that. Where do you hold that?
that'll be at the Tip Center this year.
That's the quarter
Yeah,
auction, and that's
yeah.
August 6th.
August 6th.
Okay.
The Tip Center has been
No, wait,
so
wait,
good
wait.
to us, yeah.
Is it
Yeah,
August
they are
6th?
so
No,
nice.
that's wrong.
They actually have...
Wrong date.
Oh, it says
I am
August 6th.
So sorry.
Right,
It's
we had to
August-
change it, yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
that's my.
Well, check your schedules,
Something
folks.
else.
We're
It is-
we're working on that date.
It's August 26th. I dropped it
26th.
too.
26th,
I'm
yes,
like,
yes.
oh my gosh.
That's
I
not
did
your
that.
son's
yes,
birthday,
yes.
It's not my son's.
so he can be there.
Well, if he comes to come down from Michigan.
Okay.
We're blessed.
And then you've got your great shot photography. We talked about that.
right.
That's in September. And then you've got your arts affair holiday stuff, which is always very exciting. So much stuff happening around that time of year, and the holiday affair is a big part of that.
And then the short story.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yes,
Contest.
and that's open to all ages,
Mm-hmm.
children through adults. And these also will be compiled into a journal that anybody who is selected for it gets a copy of it, and there are additional copies that are available. And there's usually a little small prize that goes along with it. And
That's nice.
we announce those and give those out at the Christmas concert of the Tippecanoe Community Band, which is
that's
also
nice.
at the Tipp Center.
Yes, so much happens at the
Yes,
Tipp
yes.
Center.
Collaboration there.
And then you've got your children's art exhibition. That's part of the
We're revamping.
year-end thing.
Well,
Well,
we used
it's
to
going
do
to add, it'll probably end up being, we're not quite sure yet.
We're revamping
Yes.
it.
It says on here,
It-
to be announced.
Right,
Yes.
So
yes.
I just announced it. I'm sorry.
Yes,
We're-
that's all right.
we're-
I
That's okay.
overstepped
That's-
my
that is
authority.
fine.
The date has not been selected yet because we are working on exactly how that's going to happen, because we have a new person who has been willing to
To
chair
step
it
up
for
and-
us.
yes.
And it's not a board member, it's somebody else. And
Breaking news. But this has a list of community events where you're participating. So the June 2nd, Tipp City Public Library Reading Program kickoff.
And the reading program this summer is based on art, the visual arts primarily, I think. But when I talked to Wendy down there, she said really they might branch out. So they're looking for people to come in and help them. I don't know if she's got everybody in place yet, but they're looking for artists to come in and help them with their reading programs
That's
during
nice.
the day. So
That's nice. And then July 19th is the Monroe Federal Birthday Block Party. That's going to be huge
be
downtown.
fun.
I'm very excited about that. So you guys are going to get a booth? Have a booth there?
we have a booth there, and we'll have some kid activities.
Right, yeah.
We'll probably drag out our easels or do something.
yeah, have them,
Something
art,
like that.
art stuff that they can
Some
create
kind of
with.
sidewalk
Yeah,
chalk,
yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, street chalk in this case.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. And then National Night Out, we just mentioned that. That's on August 5th at the Kyle Park, and that's the city's. I think it's the city putting that on,
And the
or
Tipp
it's the
City-
or it's the
Tipp
police
City
department.
Police
Yeah, I
department,
think the
yes.
police department takes the lead on that.
And the EMS helps too, I
Yeah.
believe.
And I think they may be doing booths for the July 4th. I don't know yet. So Janice would know that. I'm not sure. I know they wanted to expand that event, so but I don't know if they're actually doing that or not. And then August 1st and September 5th is the Artist Hop at First Fridays. I don't know anything about that.
Well,
What's that?
Steve and Sally Watson down at Hotel Gallery have sponsored First Fridays for years and years and years.
Right.
We were going to try to do all 4 First Fridays because they do one in June, July, August, and September. But the first one is the Jeep show, and it's going to be so crazy.
It's gonna be
busy.
nutty down there,
We're
yeah.
not going to try to have our artists come.
There's a lot going on.
The second one's the 4th of July, and people will want to be with their families, I think. So we just opted for the last 2.
I forgot
So-
that.
And,
Yeah,
and
you're
basically,
right.
it's just the artist could come and set up and paint.
Right.
you know,
Or sell something
Or
if
sell
they want to
something,
sell
yeah.
jewelry
That'd
or
be nice.
paintings or whatever they want to do.
So it's a sort of artist pop-up.
yes,
Yeah.
it's a art. Yeah,
I like
and they'll
that.
be on the
Artist
sidewalk.
pop-up.
They'll be on the sidewalk. We don't have to close the street down or anything.
Man,
so.
okay, you guys are doing too much. I'm not going to read any more. That's the last thing on the list.
That's the last thing on
But
the
that
list.
is a lot. I mean, if you look at all the stuff you
we do
guys are
have one
doing,
more thing that's not on the list, Greg.
you guys are doing all the stuff you're doing, and then you're also participating in all this other stuff, plus your board meetings. You guys are doing a lot.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It's very exciting. You have more?
One more.
Oh my goodness! Did you just add it during this podcast recording session?
Well, I just thought of
Just remembered
the
it.
fact that
Oh, boy.
it's not on the list
You
yet.
just invented it.
I just kind of remembered because I'm old.
I don't know what you're talking about. Where are we? What are we doing?
What? We have a community project that we have been working on. And COVID hit, and then the artists just had issues, and we couldn't ever finish it.
Oh, I know where you're going with
It
this.
was going to be called Songbird, but now it's
This is a sculpture.
a sculpture. It's a community. Yeah, it's a sculpture.
It's a
And
big one.
It will be, yes.
Yeah.
I went to the city and talked about
Yes,
it. so
it
you
was
know.
big.
So it's a big tree that will be down at Canal Lock Park.
Mm-hmm.
And we found a metal sculpture artist. Marie Mack is how she goes by. McConaughey is her real last name. But Marie Mack is putting it together for
Mm.
us. So she is in the process of making it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will have the grand opening of the sculpture. In
The unveiling.
The unveiling.
You have big curtains or something you're going to have around it and drop
prob-
them or something?
Probably not.
Okay.
But we do have that coming up. Tipp City Foundation graciously have been so patient with us.
This has been going on a
It's
long
been
time.
going
Yeah,
on.
years.
And they
Before
were
COVID.
gracious enough to change the direction
Mm.
of their grant because
Right.
they did not have to do that, and they were
Right.
they did
So
that.
Right.
it's still
Yeah.
community sculpture. That much is the same, but the concept, the artist concept is different. And it'll be great. When
That's
we get it
good. When
done,
do you know the
we're-
date on that yet?
We were hoping we could get it done this spring, but I haven't.
Summer.
It's just so busy. I'm really thinking.
Are you doing anything? Are you just sitting around
Yeah.
staring out the window, doing nothing, waiting?
We built a raised bed yesterday.
So you're thinking summer for that unveiling,
well,
maybe, or something
probably
like
late
that?
summer, maybe even September, because I just feel like I really want to make sure that it's all in place before we do the reception for it.
Right.
Invite the city council for
We
that.
will.
That would be good.
And the
'cause-
Tipp Foundation.
And that's
and
at
the
Canal
community.
Music
It'll be
Canal
at
Lock
Canal
Park.
Lock Park
Okay.
down by the roller mill.